Hello students, in the last session we have started the lesson Arunima Sinha, a biography. In that lecture we have seen Arunima Sinha is the first Indian amputee to climb the Mount Everest. Among women amputees she is the second. The first one is Rhonda Graham from USA climbed Mount Everest in October 2011. In 2015, Arunima Sinha was awarded the Padma Shri award by Indian government. Arunima was the sport enthusiasm, so she wanted to her career in paramilitary forces so that he can do her job in her interested field and also regular source of income as well. But the fate had other plans. On the night of 11th April 2011, when she was traveling from Lucknow to Delhi from Padmavati Express train, she was attacked by a group of local robbers. They tried to snatch her gold chain, which was gifted by her mother. She tried to resist them, but being a lonely girl, she could not resist them for longer, and eventually she was overpowered by them. Those inhuman guys threw her out of the running train. Another train coming on the parallel track ran over her legs. By the time she reached hospital, the doctors were left with no option but to amputate her left leg below the knee. Otherwise, the infection could have spread in the whole body. Her right leg also didn't remain completely immune from the accident. A rod was inserted in the right leg from the knee to ankle. She spent 4 months at the All India Institute of Medical Science for her treatment in New Delhi. One day, while lying on the bed, she read an article about the Mount Everest, the ultimate destination of every mountaineer. She decided to climb it. She took inspiration from Yuvraj Singh and other famous personalities who won over cancer and other life-threatening conditions to bounce back and prove their mettle. People used to come to meet her in the hospital and sympathize by saying words like she would not be able to play volleyball anymore, or what a tragedy with this young girl, why she took this extremely difficult decision of climbing Mount Everest when she was already offered a job by the Indian Railways, why she didn't spend her life like any other handicapped people or person doing a regular 9 to 5 job and making livelihood. When she was in the hospital past this robbery incident, she came across several absurd conspiracy theories like she was traveling without ticket, hence she jumped out of the train to avoid punishment, or she jumped out of the train by her own in the suicide attempt. These rubbish rumors hurt her badly. Then only she decided that she would answer to all these fake theories by doing something big, achieving something extraordinary. Usually people used to take more than few months to get comfortable with artificial legs, but she started walking in just 2 days. Her whole focus was on the climbing the world's highest mountain, nothing else but Mount Everest. The day she got discharged from the hospital, she went to meet Bachendri Pal, the first Indian woman to reach the summit, highest point of the Mount Everest, with artificial legs seriously. The moment she decided to conquer the Mount Everest, her inner sense of handicap of disability faded away. Now it was a matter of time to show the outer world what she was made up of. After meeting Bachendri Pal, she didn't go home, rather she joined the Nehru Institute of Mountaineering for training. After completing a basic course, she has undergone rigorous training for 18 months to prepare herself for the big day. She climbed various smaller peaks, including Iceland Peak, to prepare herself before conquering the Mount Everest. The Tata Steel Adventure Foundation offered her scholarship to meet all her financial requirements so that she can fully focus on her mountaineering task. Till this line we have seen yesterday. In the next paragraph, her guide Sherpa, whose name was Sherpa. Her Sherpa, the local guide for the expedition. Expedition means taken task, Muhim. Her Sherpa, local guide, refused to accompany her because he termed it a suicide mission. He was telling to Arunima Sinha about her mountaineering task. It is a suicide mission, but she was determined to do it. She convinced him anyhow. She started her expedition on 1st April 2013 and reached the summit of Mount Everest on 21st May 2013, exactly after 52 days, when she entered the death zone. Death zone means from the earth 3,500 feet distance in the Mount Everest. 3,500 feet from the top of Mount Everest, the most difficult terrain started. She saw dead bodies of mountaineers scattered all around. A Bangladeshi mountaineer took his last breath in front of her eyes, whom she met not so long before. She was frightened, but she kept on moving anyhow. You see, our bodies behave according to our thought process. She told herself that neither she can go back from here nor she can die before reaching the summit. Seeing her struggling immensely with the artificial leg, Sherpa kept on advising her to return, but she overturned his advice. She told him that she just can't die before conquering this mountain. Thereafter, he started motivating her for the rest of the expedition. There is given narration about the mount when she was climbing the Mount Everest. When she was climbing the Mount Everest, she started to climb the Mount Everest on 1st April 2013 and she reached on the top of the Mount Everest 21st May 2013, exactly after 52 days. When she was entered in death zone, she saw all dead bodies scattered all around. A Bangladeshi mountaineer took his last breath in front of her. She was frightened, but she kept on moving anyhow. So she reached top of the Mount Everest. Once she reached top, everything changed. It was something as if she got a new lease of life, despite of the fact that she literally ran out of all the oxygen supply. She realized the Indian tricolor and placed some pictures of her idol Swami Vivekananda next to it. Then she took some pictures and videos of herself to produce the visual proofs of her achievement in case she didn't return alive. When she reached the Mount Everest, she took some pictures uh, because of she wanted to give her give herself pictures to the other person as a proof. So she took some videos of herself. Just after a few steps on the way back, her oxygen supply finished. But you know, fortune favors the brave. When she fell down, suffocating for oxygen, she came across an extra cylinder of oxygen from nowhere. Her Sherpa immediately latched it on her, and finally they returned to the base. At the time of returning, her oxygen supply finished, so Sherpa have given her extra oxygen supply which was brought with them. Arunima Sinha has two dreams: to conquer the highest mountain from each of the 7 continents of the world. Till now she has conquered 6 of them. 7 कॉन्टिनेंट मधील सर्व माउंटेन्सचं टॉप शिखर सर करणं हे अरुणिमा सिन्हा हॅज अ ड्रीम. सो अमंग 7 शी हॅज completed 6 of them. She was reborn the summit of Mount Everest. In all, after climbing all these mountains, she have learned the true meaning of resilience, confidence and leadership, and above all humility. Apart from climbing the remaining peaks on her list, she aspires to run a full-fledged academy for underprivileged handicapped children. She has already established it. Shahid Chandrasekhar Azad Viklang Khel Academy, Freedom Fighter Chandrasekhar Azad Sports Academy for disabled children. The motto of this institute is to provide the very best sports facility to handicapped children, especially the poor ones. She is spending all the prize money that she earns to nurture this academy. She started her own academy. Its name is Shahid Chandrasekhar Azad Viklang Khel Academy. It was for the disabled children. The motto of this institute is to provide the very best sports facility to handicapped children, especially the poor ones. She is spending all the prize money that she earns to nurture this academy. So the lesson is finished here. We will stop here. In the next session we will see the next lesson. Thank you very much.